a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Tua
Ready to get us started, Rodrigo Blankenship. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So, I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Well, they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It's fielded at the 45. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the counter, this is Singletary. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 10 carries, 51 yards.
It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Allen going to throw, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the 1st down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Allen off the play fake. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. 15 yards that time and a Buffalo first. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now Allen going to give it to Moss. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. The Bills had 4 and 11 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
There's Stephon Diggs for the catch on the slant. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. That catch, by the way, kind of noteworthy. It's number 764 in his career. Ties him with Hall of Famer James Lofton.
And he's done it just as James Lofton did in his career. Smooth.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Hauled in left side here by Jennings. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bills get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken from about the 12. And he returns this to the 22. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And partner, I'm going to make a quick pivot here and ask you to play general manager. It's well documented they're last in the league in offense, number 32. What changes might they make?
And this where you have to be almost like a chess master as a general manager, because you have a few things at your disposal that you need to use. Obviously the draft, free agency, maybe you can make some trades, but also look at your practice squad. Have you been grooming players to promote and give them an opportunity to play as well? That way you start to supplement as well as replace guys that need it. Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Second down and 8. Here's Tua. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's fourth down. Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Well, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. This pass to Jennings, and he makes a catch. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Only able to gain a couple there, and that will bring up second down. And the slot man goes in motion left. Back around his goal line. Here's Allen. Gets it up past the 10 with a nice move. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll leave him with third and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on third and a yard. Well, these two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
On second down, here's a run with Singletary. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a third and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum? Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A well-executed 22-yard gain. To the air, Allen. Buying time to his left. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Moss on the give up the middle. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
The Bills on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run for this with Moss. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now 2nd and 9 from the 10. And now they'll throw with Allen. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there,
and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
On 2nd and inches, Tua connects here with a tight end, Blake Jarwin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Setting to throw on first down is Tua. High throw, but he makes the catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tua, and that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
Tua setting up shop to throw again. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 15-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
This one incomplete and over everybody. Looked like a clear throwaway. But the officials are going to say there's a receiver over there in the area, so no flags, and it's 3rd down. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. Forced out to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. Still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board, give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try to plan a comeback.
The Bills offense now for one final time in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Allen. And Diggs has it. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. And this is Cook with a grab. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. Blankenship's kick is good, and the Bills will add on to their lead. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Well, white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Now this is going to put him back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it was hard for anyone to react.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
Throwing is Allen on third. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off. On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Allen. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Well, if you're going to turn things around in a game like this, Charles, those are the kind of plays that you need.
And I just love the way that defense rallied to the football on that one. They got the completion, but he was smothered behind the line of scrimmage. And when you make tackles like that, your whole defense is going to be fired up. Really nice play getting to the ball. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing now is Allen, escaping the pressure right. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And He's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So roughing the passer there, a big mistake defensively.
Yeah, and even though you've got a quarterback out of the pocket and the rules change downfield, that doesn't mean the same rules don't apply with the QB.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Zach Moss, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Bills take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Tua now on first down. That's going to be caught by Waddle. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 30 on second down, Tua dancing to his left. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So a roughing the passer penalty and an automatic first down.
And that's the mark of a bad team, partner, because that's an easily preventable penalty, but they just didn't take the proper steps to make it so.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Running left, here's Edmonds. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 36 yards on the play.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle. If you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage. You've got a chance to rumble.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Here we go. Michigan Blue. Go. Mike 51.
Edmonds will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
This is a tough situation offensively because down 3 scores, the field goal kicker's not even going to come into play here. As an offensive play caller, though, you know you have to take chances. This is a time to get creative.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
This defense has not surrendered a touchdown yet. You better believe they're determined not to here on 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Oh, I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. They can't hook up on 4th and goal from the 4. And the Bills' goal line stand is going to get them the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there. Yeah,
I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins ready to take over on offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. This to Jarwin. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Catch made right side by Wilson. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
11 yards there, just like last play. 2 to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, no question. He got to the QB late, CD, and that's going to get a flag every time.
Every single time because, let's face it, the league is always going to have an emphasis on these calls. They want to take care of these quarterbacks who are in vulnerable positions when they're passing the football.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill from 3 yards out. And the Dolphins are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Two scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the Bills are going to recover. Now, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Jerome Baker there on the tackle. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe do you put it in the air on second down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock. Right back to Singletary on second down. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Throw left side complete. That's Jennings. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So Allen's going to look to throw. Rolling to his right. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A give up the middle to Singletary. And they'll accept that penalty. On the give, this is Singletary. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 46 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
This is where coaches have to have spent a lot of time going over situations with their players, because him getting tackled there is not the worst thing in the world. You're going to run more plays, right? Clock's going to go. But his thought process is getting into the end zone. It's counterintuitive for him to actually go down in this spot.
Yeah, but like you say, you don't want to get in the end zone too early here.
No, not at all, because you may leave an opening that could come back and get you.
They'll look to run with Moss. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Zach Moss with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This taken in at the goal line. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Miami set to take over. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on second down. Tua, the tight end Jarwin with it out on the left side. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first. And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things.
So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. Tua now on first down. Got an open man, the tight end Jarwin. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And maybe more importantly, a victory in the division, which always helps.
And on the road. How about all of that rolled up into one? Because how often do you see division games get decided by this much of a margin? Most times, they jumped all over them. And a division game is usually a touchdown or less because these two teams know each other better than most teams in the league. In this case, that didn't hold up. On the road, big margin, big victory. Oh, yeah, that flight home will be good.
So for the Bills, they move to 5-11 now on the year. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Day.
Yeah. Turn me up. Yeah.